All right. Oh, I'm just gonna ramble like we're friends. Like very. I'm not gonna overthink this. But this is an important message for you if you're looking forward to seeing change in the world. If you're looking forward to seeing Earth at a higher vibration, this is for you. I used to think that the Michael Jackson song Man in the Mirror was kind of corny. I'm going to talk slow, y'all, so if you have like really bad attention spans, you can fast forward this. I'm definitely going to be taking my time as I speak, okay? And I really implore, I don't know if implore is the word, but I implore you to listen to every word that I say, because I am speaking from the Most High. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And I feel like when you see all of this crazy stuff happening in the world, it might sound odd. It might seem odd for people to be like, well, focus on yourself. And you're like, what the heck is that going to do? Each one of us are individuals, a part of the collective. It is imperative that each one of us is holding our individual highest frequency. Because if everyone has their mind on terror, if everyone is telling and talking about the stories of the terror and have their mind set on all the terror that's happening in the world, then that is what is being manifested in your reality. My reality, I see something else. It's so beautiful out. And I know things are dim, so I didn't even mean to do that to sound insensitive, but it's our job to individually hold the highest frequency. Period, point blank. Because as above, so below, as within, so without. As within, so without. How can we heal? How can we save the children if we ignore our inner child? If we allow the world to destroy our inner child? We have to have compassion and awareness of our inner child. I made notes. Oop. There are children in the world that need saving. But we also need to protect our inner child. That starts first. Michael Jackson was known for that as well, preserving his inner child as he helps to save other children. How can we conquer the darkness in the world if we haven't recognized, acknowledged, dealt with, sat with the darkness within ourselves? We ignore the shadow within ourselves, which is why a lot of people are unaware to the darkness that's happening outside of themselves. And you can't really do anything about it if you don't even if you don't know how to alchemize, transmute, and deal with shadow. So transmutation and shadow work are very vital at this time. Being able to transmute and alchemize energy is very important at this time, as well as being able to do shadow work and see the darkness within. Holding space for that as much as you hold space for the light within. How can you expect to see a balance between feminine and masculine? How can you expect to see harmony between the feminine and masculine outside of you, in relationships around you, in your relationships, if within yourself you don't acknowledge that you have both divine feminine, that you have both feminine and masculine energy within you? If you harbor resentment towards masculinity, resentment towards femininity, how can you expect to see harmony outside of yourself? It starts within. We are each creating our inner world before we can see the outside world. The Earth's frequency is increasing quantifiably. It's not in theory, in woo-woo language. Quantifiably, the Earth's frequency has literally tripled, at least tripled by now. I know for a fact that it's tripled, which is insane. But if you yourself have not done what needs to be done to hold high frequencies within yourself, you might not even be able to see or be a part of higher frequencies around you. It's also very important right now that we protect our minds from outside influence. That is why we need to. That is what it means to hold your highest frequency, so that the propaganda that we're hearing is not penetrating us. The people who know that there is definitely a pattern that world leaders are coincidentally on high frequency days like February 28th, where there was a planetary alignment, like 222, February 22nd. On high frequency days, the world leaders coincidentally publish disheartening news. They do whatever heinous acts, and then they broadcast it to the world. All the heinous things that they have done, they broadcast heinous acts on high frequency days, on days where we are meant to be amplifying high frequencies to manifest the reality that we want. On days where we are supposed to be manifesting the highest frequency for ourselves and for the collective, they are intentionally broadcasting their heinous acts. so that if you are not protecting your mind, if you are easily influenced, if you are not steady within yourself, that is what you're absorbing. That is the information you're taking in, processing and regurgitating and projecting and manifesting more of. I do implore you to get off your phone as much as possible. Change your algorithm. Click not interested on the shit that you're tired of seeing. There's stuff I'm tired of seeing. You can even put keywords into your phone and they will take videos with those keywords out of your algorithm. Mr. E, Mr. Ep, I'm not getting any more videos about him because first of all, it's irrelevant. If you've known about it for a long time, even if you haven't, now we're aware of what's going on. It does not do anyone any good to keep hearing the news about that man and his island and his files. There is nothing else about the files that need to be discussed. It happened. There is no, this war is a distraction from the files. No. Everything is a distraction from you focusing on you in the highest frequency. I implore you on high frequency days like March 3rd, the lunar eclipse, full moon, I implore you on days like that to get off the internet, get off the apps, get offline, ground, meditate, have fun, laugh, dance, party, do what you want to do. Don't let your mind be consumed with that bullshit, because that's what we are perpetuating and that's what is being amplified. Once you obtain awareness, this is what shadow work is within and without. Once you obtain awareness of what's going on in the world, it stops. Once you are aware, you don't need to keep having discussions about it. Transmute it. What are we going to do about it? If you're not going to do anything about it, stop talking about it. And I don't even mean like there will be a time to act. There is a time to act. There are things that we could be doing now that don't even involve fighting. If a time comes where we have to fight and, physically do what we need to do, that time might be coming. But there are other things that you can be doing. And if you're not doing the work within yourself, around you, in your community, there's no need to keep talking about it, because all you're doing is manifesting it more. What are you going to do instead? In spite of? How are you resisting? Resist. To resist is not to keep talking about it. That's going with it. Resist. So if this is the direction of, I'm just going to say it, I'm tired of talking about it. If this is the direction of war, corruption, Epstein files, evil atrocities, if all you do is keep posting about it, you're going with the current. You're not resisting. If instead you're focusing on your higher frequency, you're dancing, you're smiling, you're laughing, you're healing your inner child, you're protecting the children around you, you're doing the opposite. You're growing your own food. You're building your own reality that is independent of corrupt systems. That is how you resist. Hold the highest frequency. I don't know how else to say this. Once you are in tune within yourself, once, instead of going with the flow of what they're trying to get you to go in the flow of, you resist. You put your feet in some grass. You hug your loved ones. You meditate. You stand in the sun. Once you tap into your inner knowing, once you are still, and you shut out the noise, and you let yourself exist outside of that. Once you tap into yourself, solutions come. Focusing on the problem does not beget solutions. The answers that you need are within. And even if you think you're clueless, but you're waiting on God to help you solve the problem, God's not going to help you get to the solution if you're focused on the problem. If you're just not, if you're distracted in general, if you're distracted and you don't know how to sit with yourself and sit in silence, how can you hear divine wisdom? I'm cold, guys. It's cold, but I really want it to be in the sun. I don't know if this makes sense. I hope this makes sense. The people who get it, get it. It's time to hold the highest frequency within you. It's time to work with our inner light. So I think I'm going to do a whole nother video about the importance and the power of transmutation, like learning how to transmute and alchemize energy. It first starts within. Everything starts within, so that you can do it outside of you, so that you can transmute the darkness outside of you. It happens within. If you can't see a reality of hope, if you keep having visions of despair in the darkness, then that's what you're going to keep manifesting for yourself in the reality, you know? There's individual consciousness and then there's collective consciousness. We're all individually, through our thoughts, words, actions, we're all manifesting our individual reality. But then we're also manifesting the collective reality. The Earth's frequency is rising, but you might miss out on that if individually you're not holding space for light. Anyways, what I meant to say is I do want to have a separate video about what that looks like, transmuting and alchemizing energy, because that's what is necessary. That is what is necessary. Oh, you see me shivering? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go inside now. Really, the main thing I want to say is log off, touch grass. That's literally the answer. Log off and touch grass. Go within. Be still and know that I am God. And that's not on any religious stuff. It is imperative that we each individually hold the highest frequency. Passion and action is a high frequency. Passion is a high frequency. Resentment is low. It's low frequency. So there can be things that you resent, but if you are holding on to resentment, you're not really getting anywhere. Whew, I'm done yapping because if what I said if you can't connect with what I said, if this doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. If you can't see how holding your individual high frequency and taking control of your mind, that's it. Alright, I do have love for you all. What I said, it is easier said than done. Definitely easier said than done. And the systems around us were put in place so that it's hard to do what I said. It's easier said than done. The systems around us that we have existed in, they were put in place so that it's hard to go within. Fuck, I want to go on another video about that.